can tell. It's gonna be a great Noel. It's the Advent Calendar House. Muppets, Pac-Man, Smurfs, and even Garfield's Halloween. We're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Frosty, Rudolph, and a bunch you've probably never seen. It's Mike and pals that come to entertain. Turn the knob and lift the latch for fun and laughs that can't be matched. Then just beware the icy patch. It's the Advent Calendar House.
Welcome to the Advent Calendar House, the podcast that blah, 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 holiday specials, yackety, schmackety, icy patch. Thank you, good night. Oh, fine, we'll do the long version. It's Christmas in July, and I thought we might take another trip down where it's actually winter in July, or in this episode's case, summer in December. So let's take a spin back to 1993 for a special Christmas Day episode of Taz-Mania. This is No Time for Christmas.
Welcome to Atlantic's Way, under, down, under. The sky's always yellow in rain or shine.
Down to Taz-Mania, come to Taz-Mania.
I am dreaming of a white Christmas by cranking the air conditioner, Mike Westfall. And joining me, and hoping to win his local lights contest by lining his rooftop with elfin replicas of himself, it's Sammy Hain. Hello, Sammy.
Well, come on in. Have yourself a nice frosted glass of OJ.
That's right.
With a blah, blah, blah to yours and a yackety schmackety to everyone else.
And look who just dropped into my kettle where I'm collecting donations for my favorite charity, myself. It's Joey O. Hey, Joey.
Nice.
Oh, there it is. Beautifully put. Thank you all for being here. You know, I don't remember whether I watched this episode when it first aired, probably because it was on Christmas morning.
No. I can 99% guarantee I was watching it because I was a sophomore in high school. What else do you do on actual Christmas Day? You know, it's like you open your presents, have breakfast, and I look for things on the rest of the day.
I might have seen it. I don't know. I mean, looking back at Taz-Mania, I'm like, I don't really remember very many specific episodes and plots more so than, you know, the overall tone of the show.
Yeah, Sammy, what's your history with Taz-Mania as a whole?
This is one of those cartoons I was so thankful for in high school where it was okay to watch.
Okay.
You know, the 90s was going through that
Yeah.
Looney Tunes renaissance. Everyone had a giant t-shirt with Taz with a backwards hat.
Yes.
You had to hit the WB store when you hit the mall. So you could talk about watching Taz-Mania in high school and not have to worry about fighting your way to the lunchroom after.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, no. So that was, every day. That was a must watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like I was trying to remember exactly. It came out, it's post Tiny Toons, but pre-Animaniacs. It's sort of the link between the two that you don't usually think of because it was a Fox Saturday morning show. It wasn't a weekday afternoon show like those other two.
Right, and maybe that's why I don't have fresh memories watching it. I didn't watch it as much, especially this episode. This was a Saturday morning cartoon, and Christmas Day in 1993 was a Saturday.
And it was the last episode, right?
The last episode of this season. Not of the whole series. There was a whole other season after that. But I remember watching some Taz-Mania as a kid, but it was a lot more sporadic than my devotion to Tiny Toons and Animaniacs after it. I guess around this time, I was more of a cartoons after school kid than the cartoons on Saturday morning kid.
Really, the two things I remember is one, we already alluded to, but yeah, my friend Harry loved referencing Taz's dad and the tall, cool glass OJ.
Yes.
And, the Bing Crosby impression. We'll get to that later.
Oh,
I'm sure.
yeah.
And that the theme song is very memorable and very catchy. And it's hard to forget a lyric like Didgeridingo and Wendell T. Wolfe, Francis X. Bushlad is never uncouth.
Right.
No. Memorable is putting it lightly. I have Mike to thank for walking around for the past couple of weeks going, Didgeridingo and
Oh, yeah. No, the whole week, that's been me.
Welcome to All
Yeah.
And I'd be, thanks, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah, did not realize that it was Jess Harnell doing that intro. But now I can't unhear it. It's like, oh, of course it's him. But Christmas morning, 1993, I definitely was not watching this. That was the year I got a little video game called The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, so I was doing that. But let's talk about Taz the character for a moment. I did not realize before researching for this episode, the Taz-Manian Devil had only been in 5 Looney Tunes shorts before this show.
Yeah, they thought he was too violent and they were going to take him off. But
Was that it?
yeah, and then it was like Warner himself was the one who came back and said, I have boxes of letters asking for more Taz-Manian Devil.
Well, good. I'm glad they listened to him. Well, if you want to watch No Time for Christmas, I couldn't find Taz-Mania streaming anywhere officially.
Yeah.
It airs on the Boomerang channel. It's one of those you can stream it on demand, apparently. But I'm sure if you looked somewhere on the internet where it might be archived, you might find something. It's where I might have found it. But yeah, let's get right into this after the theme song and a radio weather report.
Good morning, Taz-Mania. What a beautiful day in the outback it is. 80 degrees and clear as a bell.
We see Taz himself wrapping presents and singing something.
Jingle reindeer had a very riding through the snow and deck the halls.
Jingle reindeer had a very riding through the snow.
I love that, though, just mashing them up.
Oh, it was beautiful. Taz is voiced by Jim Cummings.
Okay.
The last time I talked about Jim Cummings was on The Pillow People Save Christmas. Not expecting that.
We'll get to it, but this show has the murderer's row of 90s animation voice actors.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about quite a few of them, but there's quite a few we haven't. So it's a nice mix of new and old voices here for this one.
Yeah.
We had our Winnie the Pooh Easter. That was...
Yep.
Let's see. Jim Cummings has been the voice of Taz since 1991.
Okay, yeah, when this started.
Yeah.
But Taz has wrapped quite a few small boxes, puts them in a bag, goes downstairs to his cave's living room to take a look at his enormous and beautiful Christmas tree.
That's right.
I looked up Christmas trees in the real Taz-Mania and found out Taz-Mania was home at one point to the world's tallest decorated Christmas tree in 1999.
Oh.
Folks decorated a 77-meter tall eucalyptus regnans. That's over 252 feet.
Somewhere they got an actual pine, or maybe it's plastic, but that's a Christmas tree. Taz
Yeah.
has,
Oh, yeah. Taz's tree isn't quite as tall as 252 feet, but it is still huge enough for him to stand under it without even touching the bottommost pine needles.
And we know that was Mom who did all the work. But
Oh, yeah. Mom's in the kitchen baking cookies, chatting on the phone.
Oh, of course I'll get a replacement spinnaker and mainsail for the lead boat. What's the Woman's Auxiliary Yuletide Tall Ships pageant without one? I'll drop them right off after I do my tap dance interpretation of Handel's Messiah for the fundraiser. It's always a big hit.
She is voiced by Miriam Flynn, best known as Ellen Griswold's cousin Catherine. You know, Eddie's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She was a voice in the Land Before Time movies as Grandma Longneck.
Okay. That's it.
But like only in the sequels, not the first one. I don't know if that's spoken the first one, but Taz's mom, whose name is Jean Taz-Manian Devil is her full name.
They all are.
She's got, I can't tell if it's just a 90s cordless phone or a true Zach Morris cell phone on her shoulder.
Oh, I was thinking Zach reference. Because she's too on the go to not have a...
Yeah. Mom's a live wire. It says so in the song.
I love the list of all the things that she's having to do. Like, usually Looney Tunes is more of a, like, smile kind of funny. I actually laughed out loud at the tap dance interpretation of Handel's Messiah.
Yes.
I got me.
Chat about a whole bunch of local social club pageantry she's in charge of overseeing while Taz tries to take a cookie. But these cookies are for the club, and she puts them in a Tupperware container, remembering to burp it.
That was a very, like, Beetlejuice cartoon kind of joke.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have Maurice LaMarche, you gotta make him burp. That's his thing.
Coming, Eudora.
But she's off to go do her laundry list of things and promises to be back in time to do a whole other laundry list of things for her own family. Man, did I feel that.
Yeah. And so we're going to see this thing of everyone's too busy for Christmas when she's making Christmas.
Making Christmas.
We see this so often, like, oh, why is mom too busy with all this Christmas stuff for me? Well, you want a tree and gifts, don't you?
That's why you start at Thanksgiving. It's Christmas Eve. Get with it, Mom.
Everything in cartoons starts on Christmas Eve.
That's why we stopped doing the tree on Christmas Eve, because there wasn't enough time. There is one cookie left on the tree, but it looks super burnt, but Taz eats it anyway. Taz got it, Taz.
And he makes a gross look, and this is a man who regularly eats furniture.
Yeah, right.
Be a really bad cookie.
Well, let's see what the rest of the family doing, starting with Taz's little sister, Molly.
Taz, I don't have time for this nonsense. I have 437 more Christmas cards to get out, not to mention wrapping gifts, delivering gifts, etc., etc. So, scamper away and spread holiday cheer elsewhere.
Voiced by Kelly Martin, best known to me as Becca from Life Goes On.
Absolutely.
I've talked about her before. She was in Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas as Max's girlfriend. And, I think she was also the love interest in a Goofy movie, but that's a different character. Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas and the whole Max thing is weird. Both Mickeys at once was weird, too, with Max, because it was the youngest he had ever seen Max, and then the oldest we have ever seen Max. So he's got his college girlfriend, and that's Kelly Martin. But Molly is filling out a bunch of Christmas cards for her besties, all 437 of them. So she also has no time for Taz.
She asks him to lick the stamps for the envelope so he could be involved. We all don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, right?
You have no right to get mad when you ask Taz to do something.
No, yeah, you cannot. She calls Taz her official Christmas card stamp licker.
Oh.
Yeah, see, this is why I stopped sending paper Christmas cards.
Yeah,
I'm lazy.
No, I think that's... Everyone just gets a card, opens it to see if there's a check, and tosses it. So.
We post them online. We donate what we used to spend on cards and postage to some charities that are important to us. But Taz is already overly excited about his job that he ends up very quickly covered in the stamps.
Who of us hasn't been there?
So Molly kicks him out. Taz walks down the hall. Here's where I realize they live in a really huge cave.
Yeah, I noticed that at another point that I think when his brother's door slammed, I'm like, oh, they live in a cave. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a really long hallway. That could be a baseball stadium concourse.
A Dungeon and Dragons troop would totally get lost and have to re-roll.
I'm waiting for a gag where they open one door and they run out the other one on the other side, Scooby-Doo style.
Mm-hmm.
But next we check in on Taz's little brother Jake, who's shaking a wrapped present, trying to figure out what's inside.
It's no secret. I'm looking for presents. Not all of them are under the tree, you know. Wink, wink.
Jake is voiced by Debbie Derryberry, the voice of Jimmy Neutron.
That I hear.
She also voiced Wednesday Addams in the animated series.
We'll have some Addams coming up later.
Yeah, oh, that's right. So Jake's wise about some of the Christmas presents not being under the tree, wink, wink, and Taz offers to help him look for some. But Jake tells him no, present shaking is solitary work. So that's now 3 people who've apparently got better things to do.
This is man's work.
To be fair, I wouldn't pick Taz for a stealth mission either.
No, probably not. Well, all that's left is Taz's dad, and we hear his dulcet tones ba-ba-bang away in the other room.
Why, hello, son. Say, gonna spread a little holiday cheer to your friends, my feisty firstborn? Very thoughtful.
There's Maurice LaMarche doing his Bing impression.
I think Hugh has to be the most memorable character who came from this show.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad is my favorite part of the show.
My favorite ones, As far as I know off the top of my head, the only other ones that was like a full 20-minute episode like this one is were the ones where his brother Drew would show up, who's Bob Hope.
I guess. Wow.
And they all were called, they were all the road to the store or whatever. I love how decade after decade, all Looney Tunes is still stuck in the 40s, 50s.
Good.
Yes.
Because that's what kids in the 90s love, road movie parodies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it educated us.
Mm-hmm.
We last heard from Maurice LaMarche on Futurama. There were no survivors. So Dad, trying to capture the vibes of a Northern Hemisphere Christmas, has cranked the air conditioner so he can bundle up in a winter coat, hat, mittens, and a scarf, and is pretending to warm his hands by the fire, but it's just a Yule log on the TV.
I love that gag.
Stop giving me ideas.
Hey, they said it's only 80 degrees there. That's winter
degrees.
Here.
Yeah, Sammy, we shouldn't do this. Not worth the electric bill.
I know. Not this time of year.
But while Dad's yackety schmacketing all about his desire for down homesy white Christmas just like the ones he never had a chance to know.
Yeah, I caught that.
Taz is shivering. He set the thermostat so low we can see little white puffs of their breath.
So, giant cave with really good AC, too.
Yeah, that circulates really well. I'm on the other side of my house as my air conditioner, and I wouldn't say it's sweltering here, but you can tell it's not getting the same effect on this side of the house. And it's a new system, but I'm doing all right. I'm comfortable.
Okay.
But Taz can't take it anymore. He takes his bag of presents and goes outside where it's warm. Having to convince himself at this point, Taz like Christmas. Taz like Christmas. I hope it gets better for you, buddy. I'm starting to feel for Taz at this point.
I mean, Hugh did want to spend time with him. He was just Hugh. You know?
Right, yeah. Well, Taz walks for a bit till he witnesses a large explosion from the excessively decorated domicile of the Platypus Brothers.
Backing about.
Daniel and Timothy, voiced by Maurice LaMarche and Rob Paulson. Hey, Rob. Tiny Toons was the last time we heard from Rob. They brought him in to do a Luke Perry impression. Here they're both basically doing a Daffy Duck impression, even though the Platypus Brothers are mammals.
Well, if it isn't the rascally star of our show, Taz, and he's bearing gifts, the Platypus Brothers are touched, but unfortunately, we're much too busy to reciprocate at the moment.
Yeah, so we got Binky in the brain, but they're doing basically the same voice, and
yeah, kind of, no, it works great. It works great. I don't think I could tell which one is which, to be honest. I don't think it matters, but
no.
Yeah, neither of I thought one of them was Joe Alasky because that's who played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lucky, right?
Yeah, they got it dead on, but unfortunately, the Platypus Brothers are also busy at the moment. They're putting finishing touches on their decorations for a lights and display contest. Lights and display contest?
Oh, good grief.
But instead of winning money, the grand prize is a trip to Fresno. Hi, Ethan.
Yeah, I laughed at that too. Like, sure. How exotic.
And you're in Taz-Mania.
I guess so, yeah. But since he's here, they asked Taz if he could help by climbing up onto the roof and putting a new light bulb into Rudolph's nose. And we're about to find out how many Tasmanian devils it takes to screw in a light bulb. And the answer, of course, is 2, but it would have to be a really big light bulb.
No.
Sorry. Here's also where I learned Taz is a bit of a problem with heights.
You start to get to this point where you start to realize this show is just about all his friends and families taking advantage of the kind of slow guy.
Oh, yeah. But Taz bravely climbs up a ladder to the roof while the Platypus Brothers go inside to grab a spare elf. They've lined the sides of the roof with a chain of platypi dressed as elves holding hands, and one of them's missing a head.
I think it blew up, right? Like, as we see later.
Right.
Yeah.
But they forgot that they keep the spare elves on top of their pantry, so they have to come back and grab the ladder from outside, the one Taz was on, and yoink! Thankfully, he scrambles onto the rooftop, but it's a very steep rooftop. So he's got a ways to climb to get to Rudolph. And who else was expecting this to end with Taz getting zapped while screwing in that light bulb?
I mean, the Platypus brothers tell us before he even grows up. Like, walks up there. Like, well, we all know where this is going.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I forgot how much this show breaks the fourth wall, too, a la Tiny Toons and Animaniacs.
All the time.
Yeah.
Love it. But instead, it's a flashbulb that goes off in Taz's face and knocks him back down the side of the roof and into the headless elf. And the Platypus brothers think he's volunteering as a replacement, and there's the electrical shock I was expecting. Their light switch is cartoonishly large, too.
Well, it's cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of elves to light.
I guess so, yeah. Send so much voltage through the lights they all explode and send Taz soaring into the yellow Christmas Eve sky. Too bad the judging committee wasn't there to see it.
Couldn't imagine anything more Christmassy.
I'm impressed Taz managed to grab his sack of presents while flying across the sky.
Yes, that was quite the cartoon physics there.
Yes.
Well, fortunately, they mentioned it.
His arm reaches back even though he's far, far away.
Yeah. Explosions make you rubbery. It's physics. Well, Taz just so happens to land next to a bell-ringing street corner didgeridingo.
Ah, Christmas, my favorite time of the year. The season of brotherhood and goodwill, a time of charity and giving to my favorite charity, me, Didgeridingo.
Voiced by Rob Paulson, but he doesn't really give him an accent or anything. He sounds like a little like his Raphael voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically his Mr. Opportunity voice.
Yeah.
And Didgeridoo's knocking. Apparently he's been expecting Taz to drop in. He checks his watch before he even lands, says, "Merry Christmas, Taz," and he drops right into his tiny, well, it's not a little red bucket. It looks more like a little gold spittoon with "Give" written on it.
I guess in Taz-Mania, you donate. I don't know.
Well, spittoon is appropriate for what Didgeridoo really thinks of charity because he's collecting for himself. He's a little con artist. Gives Taz a Santa suit to put on, and Taz like Christmas. He's so excited that he gives Didgeridoo his present now. Didgeridoo is pleased. Taz is already playing the part, but looks at this itsy-bitsy offering in a box and tosses it aside to poor Taz's dismay.
This paltry tiny gift when the whole basis of their friendship is they're both bottle cap collectors.
Yeah.
So it's like, what could be in this small box that
I can't imagine. But Didgeridoo hands Taz his bell and tells him to get to work ringing despite them being in the middle of the outback by themselves.
Yeah.
Didgeridoo insists shoppers will show up, so Taz gives the bell a ring and immediately gets hit by a car. And every time he gets up, the bell rings again, and more cars run him over, followed by a bus that carries him to the next scene. And I don't know what the point of that joke was.
Just more cartoon physics violence.
Yeah.
I mean, Didgeridoo says that too. He's like, oh, I wonder what that had to do with the Christmas episode.
Yeah, right.
We don't know. None of us know. We have to hit something.
Mindless violence is what Taz-Mania is all about, Charlie Brown. Well, the bus drops Taz's flattened body still in the Santa suit in front of our next two regulars, the Taz Trappers, Bull Gator and Axel. Axel is voiced by Rob Paulson, who does this sort of high-pitched voice here.
Gee, Bo, have we trapped the prey yet?
I have answered you in the form of a very special holiday message, Axel. Now shush.
And Bull Gator is voiced by John Astin.
Yes. All right, let me say something quick about John Astin.
Yeah.
Double check Google really quick here. Okay, as of this recording, John Astin is alive.
Yes, he is.
95 years old and returning to the Killer Tomatoes franchise as
What?
Dr. Gangrene.
Oh, I didn't hear this. Oh, I'm excited now.
He's filming it as we speak.
Did the Killer Tomatoes ever, do a Christmas thing?
Oh, God, I have to Google it. I watched the cartoon, but...
I'm gonna have to do some research after this now.
Funny that you say that, because the night before we watched Taz-Mania, my wife and I had, had Murder, She Wrote on reruns in the background on TV because there was nothing on like before bed that night. And John Astin showed up. I found out John Astin played 3 different characters across Murder, She Wrote.
Wow.
Over the years.
Huh.
And then that sent me looking down the rabbit hole of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and the cartoon specifically, which of course he was on.
Yeah.
So I was just connecting him with that the other night.
Nice.
And now I have to watch that because that I really just remember the theme song more than anything else.
Yeah. Bullgator and Axel are hiding behind a couple of bushes waiting for Taz to step in a rope snare trap they've set up. They're always trying to trap a rare Tasmanian devil for the zoo-going children of the world. And it looks like Taz sees the trap but steps in it anyway.
He's feeling Christmassy.
I guess so.
Hey, can I do a quick aside to tell you about how putting Tasmanian devils in a zoo led to Taz's creation?
Oh, really?
You can cut it out if it's not interesting. But
it is interesting. It's very interesting.
So apparently, Taz was inspired by Errol Flynn.
What?
He's Tasmania's most famous actor.
Because he's from That's a stretch, but continue.
And so because of his, rakish behavior, that's what they called him. And so as a promotional thing, they sent Errol Flynn and his co-stars 3 Tasmanian devils for the Los Angeles Zoo. It was a publicity stunt and everything, of which 2 almost immediately escaped. And apparently lived out the rest of their life being absolute menaces in Griffith Park nearby.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's...
They never caught him tearing through all the local fauna. And so this idea of like these Tasmanian devils harassing the rabbits and everything else that lived there kind of inspired.
Especially rabbits.
So yeah, don't put Tasmanian devils in zoos.
Oh, that makes perfect sense now that you tell that story. Oh, I love that. But now Axel thinks they've actually trapped Santa Claus. Bullgator informs him that's not the real Santa, but Axel's convinced he's got the beard and the red suit and everything. And Axel refuses to hear otherwise, so he lets Taz go, and Taz repays both Gators with a tornado of a beating and a present for each of them.
Aw, too bad.
Before he continues on his gift-giving way.
So there was a Easter egg here to Taz's first Christmas adventure.
Oh, from Bugs Bunny's Looney Christmas Tales, which I've been saving.
Yeah, the Fright Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, both Bugs Bunny and Bull referred to Taz in the Santa suit as an unreasonable facsimile.
Merry Christmas, Santa Taz!
To you I say pip and pip again, Axel.
Deep in the jungles of Tasmania, 2 brave adventurers pursue the elusive beast.
There he is. Let's get him. Come back here, Taz. I got him.
Hey, what are you kids up to?
Playing with Tornado Taz, Mom.
Tornado Taz, he spins, he whirls, he speaks Taz.
He's cuddly, too.
Taz love Taz.
Tornado Taz, new from Play by Play. Get yours before they all disappear.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Greetings, holiday shoppers. I'm Joseph Wade, and I host a podcast called Christmas Creeps. My band of merry mischief makers and I dissect holiday movies and specials all year round in search of the true meaning of Christmas. So whether you can't resist the urge to watch Home Alone in June, or you worship at the altar of mutant killer snowmen, Christmas Creeps is the podcast for the Grinch in all of us. Check us out at ChristmasCreeps.com or wherever you download podcasts.
Well, after a commercial break, Taz arrives at his place of employment. Taz has a job on this show. He's a bellhop at the Hotel Taz-Mania, which is spelled with the S and not the Z. But here's where we meet up with Taz's boss, Bushwhacker Bob.
No vacancy, so it's a popular Christmas spot.
That's right, yeah.
No relation to Luke and Butch either.
No, thank you.
And that's not the first wrestling joke I thought I was going to make in this. I haven't made the obvious one yet.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Hotel Taz-Mania front desk, Merry Christmas. What do you think I am, Santa's helper? Get it yourself!
Bushwhacker Bob is voiced by Jim Cummings, doing a combination of an Australian accent and a Basil Fawlty impression. Because it's a hotel, I guess.
Yeah.
The Looney Tunes wiki made a point to note Bushwhacker Bob is reading an issue of Life magazine with Bugs Bunny on the cover.
I caught that.
Yeah.
Was it an actual cover? Like, I figured it was a real issue of Life magazine that existed, like, decades earlier.
You know, it might be. I didn't bother to look that up, and I'm doing it now. Life magazine, Bugs Bunny. No, I see a cover of Life with Bugs on it, but it's not that. Like that. This is the one from when he turned 50, right around this, right before this. So 1990, but that's like got yellow background. So that wasn't it.
Bugs is just the big celebrity of the Looney Brother.
Well, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He's the guy. Also, here is the hotel's maid, a very tall koala named Constance.
1,000 pardons, Mr. Bob, but my feather duster's not what it used to be.
Yeah, why is she human size?
I don't know.
It's a side effect of chlamydia. Cause
my wife made a koala chlamydia joke too when she showed up.
I have to.
Constance is voiced by Rosalind Landor, who also voices Bushwhacker Bob's mother called Mum, who doesn't have any lines in this episode. She just kind of shows up at the end later, but she is also the current voice of the Blue Fairy from Disney's Pinocchio whenever they bring her back for anything, like from fireworks shows or Kingdom Hearts. Constance is tidying up as Bob's bossing her around and tells her she missed a spot, a dangly fungus thing hanging from the ceiling. Which, of course, is mistletoe, so Constance gives her boss a big old smooch.
Oh, naughty Mr. Bob. Mistletoe.
And now we see why mistletoe isn't appropriate in a workplace.
That's right. But I don't think I've ever worked anywhere where they put mistletoe out because they know this.
I mean, Bushwhacker Bob, I mean, chlamydia. Yeah, it kind of has a fair reaction.
Yeah. Followed by a second big old smooch from the hotel's tour guide, Mr. Thickly the Wallaby.
And just what are you glaring at, you half-witted wallaby? Shouldn't you be doing something, Mr. Thickly?
Well, if you say so, boss.
Thickly is voiced by Dan Castellaneta.
Hey.
We also last heard from him on Tiny Toons. He was Buster's guardian toon angel doing a Jimmy Stewart voice. Then Thickly gets back to work organizing the... Let me see if I wrote this down right. First annual Hotel Taz-Mania Christmas Dance and Luau. Well, forget the episode. I want to see that.
Not a Tasmanian thing at all.
No. But he runs into Taz, Bob does, who gives him a present before Bob chews him out for standing still for 5 seconds. But on his way off screen, Thickly tells him, "You're a grim one, Mr. Bob." Well, he is wearing green, so it works. Yeah. Then Bob chews out Taz for not being in uniform, but as Taz explains, which loosely translates to, "It's his day off." Then he gives Bob his present, who's so ungrateful, he's like, "That's it? You're not forgetting something else, are you?" And Taz looks around nervously before looking up, realizing they're still under that mistletoe. We don't see that smooch on camera. We just cut to outside and the sound of Bob kicking out Taz so hard he flies over the bridge to the hotel's entrance. That's not workplace appropriate behavior.
No.
Bob gets to be, Scrooge here too a little bit.
Yeah, he says, "I expect you bright and early, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, or you're fired. Bah humbuggers," and all that rubbish. Before adding, "Oh, and Merry Christmas, you malodorous rodent." Malodorous. Well done.
It's almost a little worse.
That means he smells, kids. But wait, tomorrow's Christmas.
Oh.
Sometimes you have to work on Christmas.
I guess in a hotel, particularly.
Sometimes. Taz breathes a heavy sigh as he sadly walks home into the sunset. All he wanted was to spread Christmas cheer and spend the day with his loved ones. But everyone was too preoccupied. I've never felt this badly for Taz before.
He's that jovial guy or vicious eating everything guy. To see him suddenly...
Yeah, there's no in the middle with Taz.
Beaten down by the world? Yeah.
Arrives back at his now thoroughly air-conditioned and frigid home to find no one else is around on Christmas Eve. So he just sits by the TV, still playing the Yule log. Dad didn't even bother to turn off the TV. He's the only boomer dad I know who'd be careless about the electrical bill. Well, at least the dog's home. Taz's family has a pet turtle named Dog, who acts like a dog. It's like Dino on the Flintstones, except he's a little turtle.
It's fair. I was wondering, why couldn't they just have a dog? But then there's Didgeridingo, and you get into that whole goofy...
Yeah, no, this is better.
thing.
This is better. It's Rob Paulson doing the dog barks here, and Taz is overjoyed to finally have a Christmas Eve companion. Gives him a big old gift-wrapped bone, and Dog immediately runs out of the room, leaving Taz alone again.
You're never going to compete with a bone with your family dog.
Oh, no, of course not. So now Taz is sitting by himself, just admiring the tree, and still, after all this, insists with a tear in his eye, Taz love Christmas.
Taz love Christmas.
And I guess the AC's still running, because...
Yeah, because as he sheds the tear, the camera, as it were, it's a cartoon, but you know what I mean, it zooms in on the tear, and you can see the tree reflected in it. That was a cool animation. But then the teardrop freezes because it's that cold in the house, and the tiny little teardrop icicle falls to the floor and shatters, and Taz just falls asleep on the couch as a sad little rendition of Silent Night plays. And for a minute, I thought that's how they were going to end this thing.
Oh, wow. Merry Christmas, kids. Go cry and tear presents.
I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. But fear not, for behold, we fade into Christmas morning with Taz still asleep on the couch, which means he's late for work. But his whole family wakes him up with a Merry Christmas, Taz!
What a sleepy Sam.
Which I might have to start using.
Yeah, I have lots of caffeine here, so.
I was going to say, has anyone ever called you a sleepy Sam?
Co-workers, family.
Sure. But Mom helps Taz wake up with an entire tray of cream cheese butter cookies.
Don't they look good?
They do, but they wouldn't wake me up. They'd put me back to sleep. That's a lot of sugar. But Taz joyfully eats the entire tray of them, tray included.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's Taz. So.
Sure. And we learned the reason Jake wanted to search for presents by himself was because he was specifically hunting for the one Taz hid for him, which he found.
Does that make sense to you?
No.
I was so confused by it.
Yeah, good point.
He gave it to him and then he lost it?
It's kid logic.
Okay.
Molly, on the other hand, has no excuse, but her apology broke a perfectly good fourth wall.
Just because the title of this episode is No Time for Christmas doesn't mean I have the right to act so thoughtless, Taz.
I'm kidding. It was already destroyed.
Shambles.
She adds, you still owe me for all those stamps you ruined. Not. Haven't heard a not joking a bit.
That's how you know this is from the 90s.
Really, this dates this more than anything.
Usually Looney Tunes is pretty timeless.
Right.
But not.
Or stuck in the 40s.
Or stuck in the 40s.
Okay, that's the time.
But what's this? A ring of the doorbell? Why, it's the Platypus Brothers here to wish Taz a Feliz Navidad, explaining he left so soon they didn't have a chance to give him their presents. Well, he was kind of busy getting tossed around the island by an explosion. But good news, everyone. They won the Lights and Display contest and will soon be on their way to scenic Fresno.
Because of the one elf that he gave them when all the rest of them blew up. But
yeah, that's all they needed. See, simple. Keep it simple. Our next visitor is Didgeridingo, who brings Taz's gift and thanks Taz for the present he got him, an Andy Warhol bottle cap with a painting of Taz himself on it with pink fur and a green tongue.
That was very random.
Yeah, I tried to look up if that was a real Warhol portrait that he did of the Tasmanian Devil. I could not find one, so probably not. But
I think it was just a throwaway Andy Warhol pop.
Oh, yeah.
Joke.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, it fits.
But I would absolutely put that on my wall. You blow up that bottle cap a little.
Oh, yeah. I'll make a space for it. Even Bull Gator and Axel stop by to thank Taz for their gifts, and oh no, now they know where he lives.
And his family, and
Right. Also, why did Taz gift them nets?
To catch him, yes.
But Axel asks Bull, if Taz gave them those new nets, doesn't that mean he is Santa? Surprise, kids, Taz is Santa.
Aren't we all Santa when we give of our hearts? And...
That's right. Next is Thickly, who's covered in yellow Post-it notes. That was Taz's gift for him because Thickly has a terrible memory. Same bestie. And finally, Bushwhacker Bob arrives to yell at Taz for not being at work. Good. I was afraid they were going to leave that thread hanging.
Right.
But he's really there to thank Taz for the gift of a shiny new pith helmet. I guess his real present for Taz is the gift of not firing him.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, there's a sold-out hotel wondering what happened to their luau because half the staff is gone.
Yeah, right. Well, it's early. It's still early.
Mm-hmm.
Luau's like at night, so fine. Bob does hand him a package, though, so.
Oh, yeah.
And Daz raises his glass of his own special seasonal OJ. Trying to think of how the OJ could be seasonal. Like maybe cranberries.
Like eggnog, but OJ?
With OJ, ooh. Ugh. That's like, that would taste to me like orange juice after brushing your teeth.
It's cinnamon. It's a little...
I guess so,
it's like a spicy...
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm thinking like those like clove oranges, probably gives it.
Okay. All right. Well, now I'm interested.
I'm going to get on the phone with Minute Maid.
See, it's like like when they tried to make Hot 7-Up a thing. And wrong.
Ew.
Like a Christmas thing. Oh, it was a whole thing. Was it Hot 7-Up or
Dr.
Sprite
Pepper.
or something? Dr. Pepper. Hot Dr. Pepper. They tried to make it a Christmas thing in like the 70s.
I'm just imagining the smell. And
yeah, no, I'm out.
Have you ever seen any of Bing Crosby's actual orange juice commercials and promos and stuff?
I didn't know that was a reference to anything until I read Wikipedia.
No. But Bing Crosby alone sent orange juice sales from $3 million a year to $30 million.
Huh.
His, they sponsored his shows. He sang whole songs about orange juice. He had commercials singing about orange juice.
Here's wonderful news for you and me, that Minute Maid gives more vitamin C. So why squeeze orange juice yourself?
When doctors say
Minute Maid orange juice is better for your health. Yes, Minute Maid orange juice is better for your health.
So it's a direct.
Okay.
Big old nose frosty.
That's right.
Look them up because they're hardly cheesier than what is that going on in the cartoon. It's like the same level.
But old Dad wishes a hearty welcome to all of Taz's friends, even the ones who were cut for lack of screen time and in from the hallway for some reason. Walks every other regular character of the show we didn't mention. And Constance, even though we did see her, but there's also Wendell T. Wolf, whom I'm glad doesn't get any lines because he's just a Woody Allen impression. There's Francis X. Bush lad, Bob's mom, Buddy Boar, the yippy wild pig, a kiwi, and a couple of bush rats. We truly haven't left anyone out. And they didn't forget Taz.
No. He puts the Taz in Taz-Mania.
That's right.
I'm going to be dreaming this tonight, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have a whole new... I'm recording tomorrow night, too, so I got a whole different song in my head for what's next. Dad raises his glass again in toast of his eldest offspring. He took the time for Christmas and brought a little of that holiday into everyone's heart. And keeps rambling on from there as everyone else quietly and awkwardly slinks away. Because they don't want to hear his big old speech. I would be sitting there riveted.
I know.
I want to hear it. Even Taz slinks off at the end. His dad wishes us a winter wonderland, a yackety schmackety, and the circle wipe closes in on him to end the episode. No, psych, everyone's back. And Dad says, how could we end the show without a heartwarming cast shot? And everyone waves Merry Christmas. And they all give the camera a... They all did it like in perfect unison too, which means Jim Cummings had to kind of coach everyone how to do it.
I think it's some sort of traditional Tasmanian devil greeting.
It's either that or beat me if you can, survive if I let you. So,
yeah. But that's it. That was a delightful, short little special.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to revisit a show I had, like I said, aside from the theme song, hadn't really thought about much in 30 years, and it was fun to see it again and all that.
Yeah, it's one of those, if you're, I don't, even if you don't have a lot of nostalgia for this cartoon, just any Looney Tunes, you like having that pop culture dash over your holiday season, put it in. It's 20 minutes out of your day. You're good.
Yeah, I kind of love when Taz gets to be a lovable old softy like he is here. All he wanted to do is be a right jolly old elf to all his friends. And I also don't have any strong memories of any one particular episode of Taz-Mania. They all kind of blend together in my memory, but this was super cute. It's a great thing to put on your Christmas watch list for a laugh. Not to, like, gather the family around for necessarily, but maybe Christmas morning was the right time to air this. Have it on in the background while you're celebrating, and if you happen to be paying attention, it's a heartwarming little story.
Yeah.
But thank you both for taking this trip way under, down under with me. This was a little blast.
Thank you.
And if people want to give you the gift of a limited edition bottle cap with a pop art portrait of themselves on it, where can they find you on the internet? Sammy.
And I do want one of those, so I'll let you know if anyone wants to send that.
Make it so.
Yeah. All right. Trying to spend most of my time on our new place, Blue Sky, at Sammy Hain, all together. And on Facebook, I spend a special amount of time on Easter with Sammy's Easter Tales, if you want to swing by there.
And Joey.
You can find me on both Blue Sky and Twitter at I'm Gonna DJ 24, and you can hear me on Why Not Radio at whynotradio.net.
Yes, please go to all of those things. You can find those links in the show notes of this episode. And to find me on the internet, just go to adventcalendar.house and you can take it from there. Tune in next time when I think it'll be Thanksgiving in July, but we will cross those bridges when we get to them. Until then, for Joey and Sammy, from my way colder than it should be living room, just so I can feel something again, this is Mike Westfall saying, Mike love Christmas.
La, la, la.
Yeah, that didn't have the same ring to it. Mind the icy patch, y'all. Good night.
Send hook.
Send hook. Next time on the Advent Calendar House.
We made a deal. Nobody's gonna have to kill Chester.
It's 3 generations of the Bridges family. Lloyd, Bo, and introducing Jordan, together for a very special holiday event.
If you don't fly, we're both dead. Contract's a contract.
Can a young boy keep a man's promise?
We're gonna expect our goops Thanksgiving, just like we planned. Mr. Russ has got a surprise coming.
You're invited to join the Bridges in the Thanksgiving Promise on the Disney Sunday movie.
I love you, son.